Alright, so people shot me a video. My man Eddie Hearn back up to his shenanigans again. We're gonna go ahead and watch this, and I'm gonna go ahead and chime in with some commentary.
I think there's a very good chance he'll fight Teofimo Lopez next. So we've been talking to His Excellency about boots against Teofimo. I think originally it was more October. It could be around August time now. We like the fight. I mean, I think for Boots, after the Chudasian fight, he was really considering a move to 54. The Stanionis unification came around, and that's what he wanted to do more than anything. So we did that. He performed really well in that fight. And now it's like, do I stay at 47 or 54? What are my options? Can you get me another belt? And I'm like, well, right now, Brian Norman's on the missing list. He's disappearing to Japan for a fight. And Pacquiao's fighting Barrios. So, no is the answer. Okay, well, what have we got at 54? Then out of the blue, the Teofimo Lopez fight comes around. So it may not be a massive motivator to Ennis because it's just a defence, but it is a big fight. And obviously the money's good, the profile's good. So I think my answer is if Jaron stays at 147, I think there's a very good chance he'll fight Teofimo Lopez next.
Now, it's a lot to be said here, but I could stop it just off. He said, out of the blue comes Teofimo Lopez. This is the problem with Eddie Hearn. And if you've been tracking what I've been saying about Jaron situation and Eddie Hearn, I've been breaking it all the way down. Okay, so out of the blue came Teofimo Lopez. Eddie Hearn is always backtracking, saying this, saying that, changing his mind, saying this. Listen, he can't figure out what in the world he wants to do with Jaron Boots Ennis, and he gets in front of these cameras, making it worse for him because he definitely don't have his back. But saying that Teofimo Lopez came out of the blue, how?
Big cards in August, we have a big cards in October. I am talking with Matchroom, with Eddie Hearn to do Boots and to Malivu.
No secret that he wants Teofimo to fight Boots, all right, in October. Should Boots beat Stanionis on April the 12th in Atlantic City. So everyone's got a plan. So we are talking, we're in negotiations for Jaron to fight Teofimo. And it's a hell of a fight. And Jaron, you know, you heard His Excellency, he said it there, you know, and this is just the last 48 hours. So Jaron's been chilling out. You know, there is a date in August that we could be looking at in Saudi Arabia, but we weren't really expecting to fight in August, if I'm honest. You know, we was expecting to fight in September, October. We have a mandatory challenger in Chakram Girsov who stepped aside for the Stanionis fight, but I believe there's a conversation to be had there. And I've got a call with Jaron and Everett and the team and Bozy in about an hour to see if that's something we want to do. I will say there is still the conversation about 47-54. You know, it is inevitable, the move, but I feel...
Okay, so we're well aware that he was aware that they wanted to go this route. So what is Eddie talking about all this talk and out of the blue and Jaron has to figure out what's he wanting to do? Like you guys been talking about, this is what I'm talking about, up and down, up and down. I'm going to 45, staying at 47. Going to 45, staying at 47. Going to 45, staying at 47. Up and down, up and down, up and down, up and down.
Any negotiations taking place at some point?
Yeah, there was definitely conversations between Matchroom and Top Rank on that. Some numbers were discussed. We had to kind of halt those because our strict instructions for Ennis are, I want to unify.
Yeah.
And if I can't unify, I'll either move to 154 and fight Ortiz, or potentially we could fight Teofimo Lopez. I like the Lopez fight.
After the Chudasian fight, he was really considering a move to 54. The Stanionis unification came around, and that's what he wanted to do more than anything. So we did that. He performed really well in that fight. And now it's like, do I stay at 47 or 54? No secret that he wants Teofimo to fight Boots, all right, in October. And now it's like, do I stay at 47 or 54? What are my options? No secret that he wants Teofimo to fight Boots, all right? What are my options? Can you get me another belt? No is the answer. What are my options? Can you get me another belt? No
is the answer.
It's because our strict instructions for Ennis are, I want to unify.
Yeah.
And if I can't unify, I'll either move to 154 and fight Ortiz, or potentially we could fight Teofimo Lopez.
What are my options? Can you get me another belt? No is the answer.
Past Stanionis on April 12th, which is a serious fight. He's got a couple of options. His Excellency wants to make Teofimo Lopez against Jaron Ennis in October. He's made that very clear. Everything that I hear from Boots is about belts, and he's about legacy, and he's about unifying and becoming undisputed. I mean, if Boots beats Stanionis, feels good at the weight, I wouldn't be surprised at all if he said to me, I want the other belts. I want Norman. I want Barrios. Make those fight.
What are my options? Can you get me another belt? No is the answer.
But we know that the Teofimo fight is a big money fight. He also has no problem moving to 54. You know, you heard his reaction after the last fight, which is maybe it's time to move to 54.
Our strict instructions for Ennis are, I want to unify.
Yeah.
And if I can't unify, I'll either move to 154 and fight Ortiz, or potentially we could fight Teofimo Lopez.
This is why I asked people ahead of time, who do you want him to fight? What do you see him doing? All right, if he's going for undisputed, then stay on the undisputed quest. Stay on that. Okay? You ain't got time to entertain nothing else, because the narrative is still there for Jaron. It's still there. You have to stick to something and see it through. If you're going to go off the track and do some Teofimo Lopez stuff and go up to 45, then stay there. But quit moving all the way around. And this all goes back to, if Eddie Hearn can deliver on what I believed Jaron Ennis signed to him for, and that is to deliver undisputed. If you can't do it, then yes, you're going to 154. But what is with this up and down, up and down? 1 minute you on this, 1 minute you on that. 1 second you want to fight Ortiz, next second you don't want to fight Ortiz. The next minute Teofimo Lopez is the plan. The next minute Teofimo Lopez came out of the blue. Like, dude, like, it's freaking Eddie. Either you can get him these fights or you can't. Point blank, period. And either you guys want to go up to 54 or you staying at 147. I don't want to hear this motivation. And then why would you say that out of all things? Talk about, is he motivated and stuff. You're not supposed to say that to the public. I can understand Kukashan and saying because he already beat him once. I understand that. I do. But saying that about that ain't a good look. And what you doing is you allowing T.O. to eat off his name, which all T.O. wants to do in the first. He's been made it clear what he wants. You either put this shit to bed or you take the fucking challenge. Say no time. Undisputed, that's all we're talking about. We'll take it up later. Or take the challenge and put the shit to bed and give Turkey what he wants. If not, quit lingering, quit going up and down, and then quit allowing him room to eat or build himself off Boots' name, and stop throwing Boots up under the bus in front of the camera. It's simple as that. Like, this stuff ain't that complicated to me. That's all I got to say about this stuff. Like, comment, subscribe. I'm out.
I like the Lopez fight, but all he wants to do is unify. So we're going to exhaust those conversations with the champions. And if we can't make it, we could fight Lopez or we could fight Ortiz.